Welcome back to Sports Tonight. Richard Oliver joining us for a very special Ready to Repeat this week. It's brought to us by Anterior Winton Chevrolet. Richard, I say special because the Astros are facing the same team they beat last year in order to put themselves in position to repeat this year.
It's going to be really, it's one of those series that everyone's been looking forward to for a long time because it'll be a gauge a little bit. I wish the Astros were healthy.
Yeah.
I wish this was the same World Series team that played at Los Angeles last year, had those magical moments. But of course, if the last two games of the Mariners series are any indication, the subs feel like they want to show something as well.
Yeah, Altuve still on the disabled list, expected to come off this weekend. Correa starting a rehab. George Springer was held out. Let's not forget about Brian McCann. How big is a concern now that we're into August now, so we're not exactly even at the midway point. We're well beyond.
Right.
And so this close to the finish line that they're dealing with that many bumps and bruises.
You remember the last time the Astros lost 5 straight games was last year in August, and we were kind of worried about them at that point. After they lost those 5 straight, they finished 36-10 down the stretch. They also were a little dinged up. The season will wear on any team, of course, but the Astros really hit very hard right now with really 3-4 regulars out of the lineup over the last game or two of that Seattle series. So it is a concern. I'd rather it be now. I mean, I'd rather this Astros team be healthy, be on a roll heading into the postseason. I think that's going to be okay. At least none of the injuries, other than McCann, who actually went under the knife, none of these injuries should limit the team heading into late August into September.
We haven't had a chance to talk about the acquisitions that they've had since last week. I know the Osuna move coming with a lot of chatter and some controversy, some would say, picking up Martin Maldonado as well. Your thoughts here? I want to get them on these two guys they've picked up.
The Astros have the luxury of having just a few positions that they've got to work on, and I think they satisfied that. The one was, let's start with the catcher position. Maldonado, the best defensive catcher, arguably, in the American League. The Astros get him, put him into some of those situations where he can be a defensive backstop in the truest sense of the word. The Astros haven't had that. Even with McCann, he hasn't been great in throwing out runners. You think Maldonado is going to be that guy in situational. Not a great bat, but someone who could be defensive. The Osuna pickup, that's one of those things, you know, the old Seinfeld joke where you worship the laundry?
Yeah.
Now you worship the laundry. Osuna's in an Astros uniform. He's a detestable guy going through a detestable situation in Toronto with the domestic abuse knock against him. Comes to Houston, and now he's our problem.
Right.
And that's one of those things that, you know what? If he wins, if he's the savior they need out of the bullpen, they had to get a closer.
Right.
He's their closer, and he's a darn good one. But it's the other thing that in the locker room and away from the field, how will that impact the Astros? That's to be seen.
Can I put Richard Oliver on the hot seat in terms of, let's say Richard Oliver is the GM of the Astros. Do you make that move knowing the issue that he comes with, but also knowing that gaping hole on your roster? What would you have done? Would you have made that move?
I would not have made that move. I worry about the Astros locker room. If you remember the minor league player the Astros had who roughed up his girlfriend, caught it on video for the Corpus Christi Hooks at Whataburger Field. The Astros players in the locker room and on social media ripping that guy, ripping him. And now they're in a spot where they've got this guy come in, 75-game, suspension for Major League Baseball. They bring in Osuna. You've got Verlander, you've got McCullers, guys who really reached out regarding that other situation in a very vehement way. Mm-hmm. Now they've got to deal with an Osuna who comes in. It's a deal with the devil, in my view. I would not have made the deal. Yeah. I think that this locker room is one of the strengths of the Astros. This puts the Astros in a really perilous situation, I feel, as far as just what the mood's going to be inside that sanctum.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks share that kind of your viewpoint as well. The Astros are actually the subject of our walk-ons fan poll question. Let's throw it up there for everybody to see. We asked, of the big moves the Astros have made over the course of their franchise history, which is the biggest? Getting the Ryan Express in 1980, trading for Bags in 90, trading for JV last year. So again, you guys go on sports2nite.com/fan poll to vote. Richard, your thought?
Bagwell. I think Bagwell's the move now. Now, I named my son after Nolan Ryan. So it's hard for me not to vote for Nolan Ryan in all things. But Bagwell, for the endurance that he had, one of the killer bees, the impact that he made in helping to turn that franchise around like he did. I love what Jeff Bagwell did for the Astros, not only when he was there, but just in the long haul, still making an impact with that team. But you got Verlander won him a championship last year. So another one of those You name any one of those, you're okay.
That's Richard's take. What's yours? Go to sports2nite.com/fan poll, as we mentioned, to vote. And just by participating, you would turn a chance to win a $25 gift card, courtesy of our friends at Walk-Ons. My man, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Year after year, Ancira Winton Chevrolet sells out every Chevy dealer in San Antonio. Our unbeatable prices keep us number one. Think Ancira.
And on the way next, we talked about the Walk-Ons fan poll question. Well, we're announcing our winners of the folks who have taken part in our previous fan poll questions tonight. That's coming up next. We're also going back to California, one-on-one with Cowboys defensive end Taco Charlton. We're back right after this.
You're watching Sports Tonight, San Antonio's only nightly 30-minute sportscast with exclusive sports coverage you won't find anywhere else.